Welcome to the Eagles Insider Podcast, Terrence Joseph. How are you?
I'm good. How
You
you
like
doing?
that, right?
Man,
Like I would forget that TJ is Terrence
I
Joseph.
forgot I told you that.
How many people in the world call you that?
My mom, when I'm in trouble, and then that's about it, to be
No
honest.
coaches ever say, Terrence Joseph.
Nah, that's no right for that yet.
Yeah, well, that's good because
a
we all
good
know
thing.
you
That's
as
a good
TJ.
thing, yeah.
Hey, you said to me before the season that you believe that you're one of the best linebackers in the league. And 7 games in, I mean, I don't know if you believe in numbers, but let's take a look at these. This is great stuff. 4 games with double-digit tackles. You've tied already a career high in sacks and passes defensed. 2 quarterback sacks, 5 passes defensed. Career marks already in quarterback pressures, quarterback hits. 97% of the snaps. TJ, you're playing great football. Do you feel it?
Yeah, and honestly, I remember talking to you, and was that OTAs? We kind of went over that stuff
right before the June break.
Yeah, and those are definitely goals that I have and things like that. And I think all those things will come with just playing good defense within our scheme, and with how things are going and how the whole defense in general has been playing. All those things are coming, and I'm so focused on week in and week out what we're doing, what we've done wrong to fix it, and what we've done well to keep it going. And all those stats and stuff are cool and all that, but to be a good player in this league, a great player in this league, you have to be consistent and doing it every week, and that's definitely what I strive to do.
Do you look at numbers? Do you get at the stat sheet after a game and look at how many tackles?
Nah, I'm good. I look at the win and loss for sure, and going in the next day, our coach has those things labeled, and for me, and I think in linebackers in general, we look more at the plays kind of that we didn't make, the plays that we had opportunities to make and we couldn't do it. And I think that's the exciting part, is because there's always room for growth and there's always room to be better. And I think which is how Kazir and I are playing right now, working off each other. It's been really good.
That has been one of the keys, that all of these new pieces coming in here, everybody's worked together to get everybody on the same page.
Yeah,
I'm not sure people really understand how difficult that is. It takes a lot of work, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's like anything. Meeting a new coworker and just building that chemistry from day one. And but I think just the way this place is wired and the way that Coach Sirianni kind of has us all fitting in together is just getting to know one another, and we do that so often. There's not a time where you go back in that locker room and guys aren't playing ping pong or pool or just hanging out. And I think that goes a long way. I think it's helped us, kind of be able to mesh as well as we have. What,
with you and Kazir, for example, what kind of stuff have you done to really make sure that your communication is tight, that you know each other, like your left hand, right hand guys?
Yeah, honestly, I think it all started in OTAs, and just the way he kind of sees the game. I think we see it similar, and he's a guy who's played a lot of football at a high level. He started a bunch of games. He's played in some big time games, and having a guy next to me who's confident in what he's doing and also can help me out at times as well. And I think there's not a snap that goes by where we're not talking to each other on what we're seeing or what potentially could happen or kind of where we need to get to make sure that we can get the play handled. And I think that just goes a long way, having someone out there that sees the game the same and also is hungry to make plays, because it pushes me as well.
From 2021, everything changes with the addition of Hassan Reddick and Kazir in free agency and Jordan Davis and Nakobe in the draft, and then and Kyron in the draft too, because he's going to be a fine young player here. Mm-hmm. Getting Bradbury after the draft, bringing in CJ, now Robert Quinn. Did you feel going into Detroit that this could be a really special defense?
I think you look on paper and it definitely looks really good. And I think, one, we're still trying to, put it together today in terms of playing a complete game, but you could feel how bad everyone wants to be great. And I think the one thing that I take away from this group is the selflessness of, every game it feels like someone else is making the big plays or, someone else is giving us a spark. And I think that's big. There's not a guy on our defense, really on our team, that doesn't want to see another person do well. And when you have a group of guys like that, especially kind of in the business that we're in, I think that's pretty rare. So I think that's been a testament to just the character of the guys in the locker room and how we all just love the game of football and we want to win. That's first and foremost. And we know that if we're all on the same page with all the players that we got, we can be really good.
To that end, I get this question a lot from fans. Explain what it's like in the building. 2020, for example, really tough season. Everybody wants to win. Just didn't fall the Eagles' way. Do you feel a difference one season to another season, or do you kind of keep everything as much the same mentally in your brain as you can?
Yeah, I mean, I think there'll be a time, when it's all said and done, that I might look back and do some reflecting and stuff like that. But honestly, ever since Sirianni got here, you felt him just kind of implement his foundation of what he thinks, the team's core beliefs are, and just kind of how we want the operation of the building to go. And you see it in year 2. He's been the same guy, and I think that helps us a lot, just in terms of guys buying in, and especially most of us are year 2 in this system. So just understanding how this building works, how this place works, how the city works, and knowing that if we do what we need to do, if we, honestly just continue our process of day in and day out, not focusing on the big things. And, obviously we want all those goals and stuff, but we're not going to get there without doing what we need to do on the daily. So that helps a lot.
What's particularly interesting about the numbers that I read off at the top here is your play in the backfield. Also, a lot of tackles for loss. You're playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage. It seems a lot more this year. Is that true, and why?
Yeah.
Has your role changed? Are they bringing you more? What's going on?
I think at times, there's definitely a little bit more pressure and things like that, some opportunities to get after the quarterback. But honestly, just the confidence in the scheme and the confidence in myself and what I'm doing. And, last year I think was big for me, just because, everyone thinks that, you can play at this league and be a starter and do all that. And, for me, I gotta see myself do it first. And I felt I got a little taste of that last year, and it gave me the confidence going into this year that knowing that I can play at a high level in this league. And, I think that's helped me just kind of jumpstart this year and continue to try to be a leader every single day. And I think that goes a long way too.
Give me what you do from the time you wake up, what time you wake up, and then through when you leave for the game. I'm curious.
Yeah, night games are always different. It feels like a lot of waiting around. But I'll wake up, probably 8 or 9, go have some breakfast, especially on a night game. We have a little more downtime. I'm watching some film, making sure I'm up on everything I need to be, getting off my feet, and kind of getting in that mindset a little bit.
You don't worry like laying around gets you too tired, lazy?
No, not me. I think, we do some walkthroughs, some type stuff during the day anyway, so we'll be up moving, going through some calls and things like that, and then I kind of just got to get in that mode, have a couple cups of coffee, kind of relax, and then it's time to go. Be excited.
How does it feel being the hunted team?
Yeah.
You're getting everybody's best shot?
Yep. And honestly, I feel like since this is year 4 for me here, I feel like we always get everyone's best shot. I don't think that's ever changed. And I think, one, that whole process thing stays true. We're not too worried about that. We do know that we have to play our best game every single week to win, because we're going to get the other team's best shot. And I think that's exciting, because you really get to see where you're at. And I know we got the guys to do it for sure.
And last one, TJ, does anybody talk about being undefeated?
No. I mean, I think at the end of the day, we're excited for the next week and then the next practice and the next meeting. And, obviously we want to win every game. That's the goal in the NFL. And I think anyone's lying if they didn't say that. But we know that how good these teams in this league are. And, if that's, one of those things we want to do, we got to understand how good we have to be too. And there's definitely everyone in that locker room is up for that challenge.